What's going on, guys? So we had a little bit of excitement, so to speak. As you'll see, I got some aquarium salt, all sorts of chemical stuff on the table. My big aquarium decided to just go crazy, and now I'm dealing with some fish that really can't tell what's going on. Does not seem to be any external parasites. So I am treating for internal parasites and the possibility of some ammonia or nitrite damage. So I'm going to flip this around and tell you what's going on and show you the other tank too. Everything's good in the pond world, so we'll do a little bit on the aquariums today. Stand by. All right, guys, first we'll start with the 55. As you can tell, I got all the fake plants out. There they sit. All the fake plants out. Got everything planted with live plants. The parrot feather's doing really well. The val's doing pretty good. Bunch more parrot feather in that corner. Dwarf grass doing all right. I had to trim it back. And the little Amazon sword back there is doing all right. It's not really growing taller, but it definitely seems to be growing leaves. But anyway, you can see the fish are doing fine. Got some cory cats in there. There's one of them right there. Got some sharks in there. Albino rainbows is what those are. There's one of the cories. Got a couple snails. So yeah, I added a few more fish this past weekend. And it's sitting at about where I want it now. I wanted about 25 fish in there. And again, it's a 55-gallon aquarium. So all the fish are doing good. Another cory cat swimming around down there. Another one hiding back there in the corner. Tetras are all, or not the tetras, the barbs are all doing good. So yeah, this tank, we're good. Everything's good. Now the parrot feather is growing out of the water here and over here. It's up against the glass, as you can see there. So everything's going good there. So now let's walk over here. I got the blue light on. I took out all the gravel, and I don't, like, again, I really don't know what happened. I checked the pH. The pH was more than likely below 7. The reason I say more than likely is because I have the high range. I did put the digital in there, and it was showing right around 7. But I do feel with the liquid and the digital pH meter that it probably slid below 7. Plus, I tested my parameters. My nitrite was high, which it usually runs a little on the high side anyway. Or sorry, nitrate was high, around 80 parts per million. And my nitrite was 25.25 parts per million. No ammonia. So I was thinking, okay, maybe something went awry with the bio. But there should have been no reason for that. Temperature is sitting right around 72, 73 degrees. So as you'll notice, the fish are very erratic. One of them is laying down. It's really hard to see here. One of them is laying down behind that rock. They're back and forth. Dorsal fins are clamped. Everything on the outside of them looks good. There's no spots, marks, ulcers, anything like that. But they'll swim around like crazy for a while, and then they'll go lay down in that corner like that one's doing, and they'll all pile up together. And then there's the one pleco. He's just doing his thing. And then there's one of the smaller ones, and then the other small ones floating around in here somewhere. So anyways, what I did yesterday is I took out all the gravel, replaced it with sand, took out all the fake plants, all the plastic plants, checked all my filters, and everything is working. Everything is good. None of the filters are clogged. So I'm assuming that one of the newer plecos that I added may have had a parasite. And again, I don't think it's an external parasite because nothing is showing up on the outside of the fish. They seem irritated. They do a little flashing here and there, But as you see now, how they're stacking up, that's what they're doing. There's no bloating, there's no redness, there's nothing physically wrong with the fish. It is just their behavior. So that being said, one of the big differences, obviously, if I in fact was below 7 on my pH, the possibility of being irritated now could be because the pH is much higher, because I did do a water change, obviously. The pH is much higher, so obviously adjusting to that's going to drive them crazy. However, they have been doing this now for 3 days. This started Friday after I got home from work. So it's been 2 to 3 full days. I am treating them for parasites. Again, nothing physical on the outside, just behavior. I have not been feeding them this weekend. And I'm keeping the light very dim. So again, the plecostomuses seem fine. They're acting normal. They're swimming around, eating algae, but the goldfish, and there they all are now. They're all huddled up in that corner, except for the one that's right behind it. But like I said, now they see me and they move around a little bit. But usually while they're swimming, their fins are clamped up. They'll come out, be active for a minute, and then they go back and hide in the corner, or this corner, or they just lay wherever. It's like all of a sudden they say, okay, I'm done swimming, and they lay down. So I'm treating them with a medication and salt. I went ahead and salted it as well. So we're gonna see within the next 48 hours if their behavior improves at all. And yeah, so stand by. Well guys, there you have it. Again, trying to figure out what's going on in this tank. It was just out of the blue. Everything has been fine. The fish were acting fine. And within 24 hours, it just went crazy. And the only thing I can attribute some of it to is the parameters. And again, the tank's been set up for a little over a year. Has had really no changes other than the plecos I added. So like I said, I'm guessing the plecos had a parasite. That's the only thing I can come down to. I haven't done a scrape on any of them because they're under so much stress already. Parasites and parameters is what I'm going with. So if I'm right, we'll find out. Now again, this may sound heartless, but every one of these goldfish were bought as feeders. They were going to be, put into the pond to help get the pond acclimated, and they've survived this long. We're looking at 2 to 3 years. These goldfish are now. They're both all about 6 inches. So if they don't make it, sounds cruel. If they don't make it, I tried. I'll be able to sleep at night. If I just sat here and did nothing, then something happened, I would feel bad. So that's all I got for this video, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, keep on investing, keep on improving. We'll talk to you guys on the next one. Later.